This is a candidate for suspense. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members. Thank you. I am pleased to present AB 1736, which enables first-time homebuyers to open home ownership savings accounts. This allows prospective homeowners to more easily plan and save more of their own money to realize the dream of home ownership. California is in the midst of a dire housing crisis. A combination of regulatory and financial impediments severely limit development and makes this state increasingly unaffordable for our millennials, single mothers, and middle-class families. This, in turn, also harms our ability to not only attract talent and business, but also retain what we have. I am encouraged by this body's increased efforts to address the housing crisis, but, Mr. Chairman, we can't spend our way out of this problem. The $1.3 billion housing proposal does not do enough to reform the state's broken policies or empower Californians. Instead, I fear it will limit their aspirations and simply create a new generation of renters. Our middle-class families and millennials deserve better. This year, I developed legislation to both boost our housing supply and encourage access to home ownership. AB 1736 addresses the latter goal without requiring a complex program, new subsidies, or burdensome regulation. My bill creates a new tool for the first-time homebuyers to be able to overcome the growing cost of housing in California and to allow them to achieve home ownership and its inherent benefits. We already support college and retirement savings accounts, but we don't do anything to promote home ownership. Owning a home is the single greatest investment you can make to ensure stability in your future. And for our low-income families, there is no denying that home ownership is the pathway to middle class. By creating this new tool, we are making the dream of home ownership a realistic, achievable goal. High housing costs drive Californians out of the state and squander our investment in their education. On average, a student who completes a K-12 education and then completes a 4-year degree at a UC school, our state's investment is upwards of $200,000. This bill helps ensure that those young people plant roots in this state and use their talents to help advance and improve us. AB 1736 enjoys bipartisan support in both houses, and we have a wide coalition of support, including the California Association of Realtors, Habitat for Humanity, and the California Council for Affordable Housing. I have some witnesses in support.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steinnorth. Witnesses in support. Feel free to be succinct.
Okay, got it. Chris Rosa, on behalf of the Silicon Valley Leadership Group, in support of the bill. On an annual basis, the Silicon Valley Leadership Group surveys its member companies, asking them what are the greatest challenges to keeping a healthy economy in the Silicon Valley. And every single year, the member companies come back and say home affordability and attainability they are the greatest impediments for employees and for the vitality of the Silicon Valley. So for those reasons, this bill really helps folks. Instead of putting all their money towards rent, lets them overcome a bit of the financial burden and barriers. So we ask for your aye vote at the appropriate time.
Thank you so much. Additional witnesses?
Mr. Chairman and members, Dan Carrig on behalf of the League of California Cities. We appreciate this creative and very timely proposal to help people save for home ownership. So urge your support.
You win the award.
Margot Parks on behalf of the California Council for Affordable Housing. Want to thank the author for bringing this forward. This is an important part of the overall affordable housing package that we've all been discussing. So home ownership in addition to affordable housing and rent subsidy is all very important. Encourage your aye vote, and also here to support the bill on behalf of CBIA.
Thank you very much. Additional witnesses?
Nicole Wortelman on behalf of Habitat for Humanity, California, in support.
Thank you. Witnesses in opposition?
Good afternoon, Danielle Kando-Kaiser on behalf of California Tax Reform Association. I'll keep it as brief as possible. On behalf of CTRA, we agree with the stated aim of this measure. It is laudable to help Californians achieve the dream of home ownership. Unfortunately, however, we must oppose this measure in its current state. The bill represents an attempt to use the tax code to accomplish a public policy objective that may more efficiently be addressed through a direct appropriation. particularly when considering its $450 million price tag. As pointed out in this committee analysis, as well as the Housing and Community Development Committee's analysis, the California Housing Finance Agency currently operates the California Homeowner Down Payment Assistance Program, which provides home buyers between 3% and 6% in down payment assistance secured as a second mortgage on the home. Currently, this program has $150 million available. Alternatively, and as rightly noted in this committee's analysis, the legislature might consider instead a direct appropriation given priority to affordable housing, given the shortage of it in California, rather than individual home ownership.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Additional witnesses in opposition. Questions of the committee? This is a suspense candidate. Would you like to close?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Earlier today, we had the privilege and honor of 74 members of the Assembly co-authoring a resolution, ACR 168, 529 College Savings Day. It was established in 1996, 20 years ago, and I think we can all agree that that was a laudable goal for all of us to be able to help bring college an actual achievable dream for so many people. I want to be able to say in 20 years from now that today we were able to make that happen moving forward for home ownership. Thank you.
Thank you. Without objection, file item 1, AB 1736 will be moved to suspense. Mr. Linder, file item 10, AB 2472. This is a suspense candidate as well. When you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. For many soldiers who are released from active duty, the suffering unfortunately continues when they return home. The toll that war takes on the human body can oftentimes lead to emotional, physical, or psychological disabilities that make adjusting to civilian life unbearable for some. One powerful tool that helps mitigate war-related disabilities is the companionship of a service animal. For veterans suffering from physical disabilities, a service animal can provide assistance in a variety of capacities, from something as mundane as opening a door to something more serious as bringing medication or summoning assistance in case of emergency. For veterans suffering from psychological disabilities such as PTSD, a service animal can help identify hallucinations, check doorways, and stand guard through the night. The benefits are evident, but the costs of ownership run high, especially for service animals since they require special equipment. AB 2472 seeks to lessen the financial burden by providing a tax credit for disabled veterans to help care for their service animals. The credit, not to exceed $2,000, will cover the costs of local licensing fees, veterinary care, pet insurance, specialty equipment, grooming, and food expenses. After receiving the FTB's original cost estimate, I tightened the eligibility requirements and was able to shave off another $10 million off the bill. If this bill is given a chance to move forward, I will continue my diligent effort to increase its cost effectiveness while still providing veterans with the meaningful assistance they need. With me to testify in support of this bill is Kevin Cameron and his dog, Dosco. Kevin is a combat veteran who founded and currently heads the nonprofit Alpha Canine based here in Sacramento. Go ahead.
Thank you. Witnesses in support?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Like I said, my name is Kevin Cameron. I'm the founder and chief executive officer of Alpha Canine. We're a nonprofit located here in Sacramento with a primary mission of providing post-traumatic stress service dogs to our wounded veterans, first responders, women, and children. I was in the military for about 13 years. I was a highly decorated combat vet. My job in the U.S. Army was actually as a military working dog kennel master, trainer, and handler. Certified through the DoD. Alpha Canine, we've been recognized as an industry leader in service dogs. We've distinguished ourselves numerous times by providing nearly 200 service dogs a year to wounded veterans when the national average is about 10. We've received numerous accolades and recognition from the community, including being recognized as a subject matter expert for the state senate. The national average for service dogs for most veterans and most people is between $30,000 and $50,000 and can take up to 4 years to get. All because the VA is not paying for service dogs, the associated equipment, or anything that has to do with these animals, even though they are prescribing them and recommending them every day. Although we've at Alpha Canine have been able to get that down to about $5,000 in about 60 to 90 day waiting period, it's still a significant burden on most veterans. Because service dogs can be instrumentally expensive, most service dog programs try to get these dogs out to the veterans for free, even though a $5,000 price tag is still out of reach for most. For most single-income family, the dog is still far out of reach, but even according to the ASPCA, the national average for a house pet to take care of is only $1,800. That does not include the additional equipment, harnesses, specialty equipment, backpacks, leashes, and identification that are generally go hand in hand with a service animal. Although the ADA specifically outlines a service dog is not required to have these things in order to operate, most of these are a necessity for most of these veterans, either to help mitigate their disabilities or just to gain public access. The point of having a service dog is actually give a veteran or an individual an opportunity at a more normal life. So even though most individual veterans may not actively have a job, they are still needing financial support because they are receiving their educational benefits, so they are receiving income. But included in that income, they're trying to pay for their chance to get a more normal life. They're going back to school, trying to get in sustainable jobs so they can take care of their families. Thank you, Committee Chairman and members. I'm here for any questions.
Thank you very much for your testimony and for your service. Additional witnesses in support, witnesses in opposition, questions of the committee. As was noted, Mr. Linder, this is a suspense candidate. Would you like to close?
Thank you. I'd like to close just by reminding committee members that the people affected by this bill, they took care of us when we needed it, while they were in uniform. Here's an opportunity to return the favor. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Without objection, we'll be moving AB 2472 to suspense. File item 9, Nazarian, AB 2392. Go ahead when you're ready, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members. First of all, I'd like to start out by saying I accept the suggested technical amendments and look forward to continuing working with the committee to address any remaining implementation concerns. According to multiple reputable sources, including the United States Geological Survey, there's upwards of an 85% chance that a major earthquake of 6.7 in scale will strike California in the next 30 years. Major earthquake occurring is only a matter of when, not if. This bill establishes a tax credit of up to 30% of the qualified costs paid or incurred by a qualified taxpayer for seismic retrofit construction on an at-risk structure over a 5-year period. AB 2392 is a reintroduction of my bill from last year, AB 428, which passed almost unanimously through both houses with only one single no vote. However, given the impending expiration of the MCO tax last year, the governor vetoed the bill with a list of 8 other tax credit bills. Now that the MCO tax has been resolved, and with local jurisdictions beginning to take inventory of the significant number of vulnerable structures in their cities, many people feel the need the alleviation that this bill will provide for them. And with that, I'm joined with a few key witnesses.
Thank you, Mr. Nazarian. I would note that this is a candidate for suspense. Witnesses in support.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. Andrew Antwi here today on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. We thank the author for introducing this measure. Since this committee considered 428 last year, the Los Angeles City Council has approved the ordinance which compels property owners to get on a schedule to retrofit their properties. We see this as an opportunity for the state to partner in effectuating those improvements. Los Angeles has exposure that's very, very significant with respect to concrete properties and soft story buildings. And with respect to soft story buildings, many of those are affordable units. And to the extent that they're damaged in an earthquake event, they don't get, and they do get repaired, they don't come back typically as affordable units. Just the cost of the repairs alone means the property owners will have to charge more for tenants that occupy newly or try and reoccupy those units. And so having the incentive there to do the very cost-effective repairs, especially in the case of soft-story buildings, is very, very critical. And in many cases, the repairs that take place don't necessarily have to be that invasive. So for this and many reasons, we support the measure. Also, on behalf of the City of Santa Monica, we express our support.
Thank you very much, sir. Additional witnesses in support.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Keith Dunn here on behalf of the California Apartment Association, representing 2 million units throughout the state. As Mr. Antwi so eloquently stated, the cost of repair before a quake is substantially less expensive than a cost of repair after a quake. Our owners want to do the right thing and not only have protections for the buildings, but also protections for the tenants who are living in those buildings, and we would ask for your support.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and members, Dan Carrick on behalf of the League of California Cities in support for the reasons stated.
Thank you. Additional witnesses in support.
Christy Woods, representing the American Red Cross, asking for your support.
Thank you.
Maria Garcia with Greenberg Traurig on behalf of State Farm Insurance in support.
Thank you. Witnesses in opposition.
Good afternoon, Danielle Kando Kaiser on behalf of California Tax Reform Association. We are on record as opposed to the bill, but we thank the author for the amendments he's taken, and we look forward to working with him on further amendments. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional witnesses in opposition? Questions of the committee? As noted, Mr. Nazarian is the candidate for suspense. Would you like to close?
When the time comes, I respectfully ask for aye vote.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chavez, oh, there we go. Mr. Chavez, file item 21, AB 2676. This is a candidate for suspense. I will note, Mr. Chavez.
Yes, I've noted that.
When you're ready.
Yes, I am, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. AB 2676 actually deals with probably everybody right behind me, this whole crowd here. Because what it is, it's talking about child care for the middle income. Child care was the largest expenses our families face, is often a major factor in whether or not parents go back to work. Hardworking families just trying to make ends meet are often faced with the challenge of finding affordable yet safe and reliable child care. Currently, California child care independent tax credit has been stagnant and a low rate for almost 15 years. With the median California household income being roughly $61,000 annually, child care expenses can add up to over $10,000 a year. California's current tax credit is at best 50% of the federal. California likes to take the lead in important issues like this. California state credit to families making $40,000 to $100,000 and expanding a scaled-back level to tax credit to families making less than $150,000. California can help our families put money back into their pockets. This is simply expanding their tax credit, which hasn't been adjusted since 2000. Families can use that tax saving to minimize their living paycheck to paycheck, put food on the table, diapers on the babies. With the impending minimum wage increase, we'll see more and low middle-income families at these income levels, and we need to make sure we can ease the financial burden so they can be able to provide for their children. I'd ask at the appropriate time after suspension, you'd be able to vote for an aye vote. And I answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chavez. Are there witnesses in support?
You know, my witnesses from CAPA actually had a personal...
Captain's here.
Oh, she made it? Oh, I thought they were going to be here. Yes, I do.
Yeah, witnesses in support. Yeah. You can testify.
Deneen Micheletti, California Alternative Payment Program Association, in support, and handed to the committee also is just an example for each county of what child care is running for working poor families in the neighborhood of 2 kids for about $20,000. So this would be a great respite for our families. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional witnesses in support. Witnesses in opposition.
Danielle Kando Kaiser on behalf of California Tax Reform Association. We are on record in opposition to the bill. We greatly appreciate the effort to help working families, but child care funding is scarce in the state's budget. Again, we are on record as opposing the bill and look forward to working with the author's office on amendments. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional witnesses in opposition? Questions of the committee? As has been noted, Mr. Chavez, this is a candidate for suspense. Would you like to close?
I understand, and hopefully at some time we'll get off the suspense and move forward to take care of our families.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Without objection, file item, or rather AB 2676 will be moved to suspense. Ms. Melendez is the next author. File items 4 and 13. Is she here? Okay, Mr. Jones, Ms. Irwin, Mr. Mainshine, Mr. Lackey. File item 17 by, we can do members of the committee if you'd like to present. Mr. Mullen, file item 18, 2668. Or Mr. O'Donnell. Mr. O'Donnell can go. File item 6, AB 2127. Yeah, go ahead. File item 6. Let me see, what is this? Oh, we have a vote item. Please present. I think we're anxious to vote on something before the suspense file. Go ahead.
May I proceed?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. Today I am pleased to present AB 2127, which seeks to resolve a conflict between state tax law and Air Resources Board regulations. California law has taken several steps to incentivize the use of alternative fuels in this state. One of these incentives provides a 50% discount on the used fuel tax when applied to ethanol fuel blended with gasoline. Created in 1981, this discount encourages the sale of ethanol fuel containing no more than 15% gasoline. However, the tax code is not the only source for alternative fuel policy in California. The California Air Resources Board creates numerous fuel specifications to advance the goal of reducing carbon emissions. One such fuel specification, called E85, is an ethanol and gasoline blend with gasoline making up to 15 to 21% of total fuel content.
Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell.
Despite CARB, let me just finish here if you don't mind, Mr. Chair. Despite CARB allowing blenders up to 21% gasoline, these two standards drive blenders to aim for exactly 15% gasoline content, a difficult, if not impossible task. AB 2127 gives flexibility to blenders by creating a range that can satisfy both CARB and use fuel tax requirements.
Go ahead.
I do have two witnesses to testify on behalf of the bill today as well.
All righty. And before we get to the witnesses, would you be open to having a 5-year sunset in this bill? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
All righty. With that, witnesses in support.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. Jay McKeeman with the California Independent Oil Marketers Association. This bill tries to harmonize tax law in favor of air quality requirements in the state. We're sponsors of the bill and ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much. Additional witnesses?
Mr. Chairman, members, Duncan McFetridge representing Pacific Ethanol, Ametis, and Calgren, three of the leading biofuels companies in the state. As Mr. McKeeman said, this is to harmonize tax law in this space and to encourage more biofuel production in California. We urge your support.
Thank you very much. Additional witnesses in support. Witnesses in opposition?
Good afternoon. Danielle Kando-Kaiser on behalf of CTR, California Tax Reform Association. We regretfully oppose the bill. While the revenue loss is trivial, we question whether the ethanol and methanol exemptions have made any noticeable difference in air emissions and whether this new exemption will have a positive impact. These blends have held out promise for many years, but are used very little and have some public costs and few net benefits. We have concerns about the policy, and we ask for your no vote.
Thank you. Any additional witnesses in opposition? Questions of the committee? I would note that for Mr. Quirk, as the committee member that moved the bill, and Mr. Wagner, who seconded it, is now due pass as or Patterson, I apologize, due pass as amended as a 5-year sunset. Is that okay? All righty. Questions of the committee? Mr. O'Donnell, thank you for bringing this bill forward and enjoys a due pass recommendation as amended, and we would ask that you close at this point.
I just respectfully ask for an aye. I think we're going to suspense, but an aye vote.
No, you're not.
Oh, we're not? We're going
no,
to
so this is a vote.
respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Yeah. O'Donnell gets it out early. Call the roll, please.
The motion is due pass as amended to appropriations. Ridley Thomas?
Aye.
Ridley Thomas, aye. Bro? Aye. Bro, aye. DeBobne, Gibson? Mullen? O'Donnell?
Aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Patterson? Patterson, aye. Quirk?
Aye.
Quirk, aye. Wagner? The bill's passed.
The bill's passed. What was the
6-0.
6-0? Thank you very much. Mr. Medina, I know you're presenting on behalf of someone else. If you don't mind, and bringing Mr. Garcia, who's out ill. This is file item 17, AB 2647. Come on up.
Thank you.